I'm the coordinator of the Rural Education Research and Initiatives Lab here at the Social Science Research Center. The RERI lab came about just a few months ago. We started to realize we had a number of projects here at the SSRC that focus on rural education. We have a research grant, we have a professional organization focused on rural education called the Mississippi Rural Education Association. We have some initiatives around research publishing, and we're the host of the National Rural Education Association journal, The Rural Educator. And between all of those different initiatives and some work happening across campus in the College of Education and in other colleges, it seemed like it would be good to have a home to really celebrate and bring attention to the work in rural education that we're doing here at Mississippi State. The Rural Education Research and Initiatives Lab has a mission to promote rural education, pre-K, early childhood, K through 12, and higher education, to bring awareness to the unique needs of rural schools and rural communities in Mississippi and beyond. And so we're really just working to be a home for research and outreach programming that can that really foregrounds place and space and brings attention to the concerns and needs and celebrates the strengths of rural places and rural schools. One of the projects that's housed at the lab is a National Science Foundation grant called TPR2, which stands for Teacher Preparation for Rural STEM Teacher Persistence and Retention. Basically, it is a collaboration of 14 institutions from Texas all the way to New York, Kansas, Alabama, and we are working with faculty in those 14 states to look at how do they think about place in teacher education. What are they doing to recruit rural folks to become teachers, to prepare students for teaching jobs in rural schools, in STEM classrooms? And then if they are addressing place, does that support new teachers taking a job in a rural school or staying in a rural school once they get hired? So we know that teacher turnover is really high in rural schools, and if we address the unique needs of you're the entire science department in a small rural school, or living in a community where everybody knows who you are when you go to the grocery store, those kinds of things. If we can address those explicitly, does that support teacher placement and teacher retention? And that's one of the big projects in the lab. So we have just launched a partnership with Preps of Mississippi to launch and grow the Mississippi Rural Education Association. So we're hoping to work with researchers, educators, school districts to create the Mississippi Rural Education Association and really bring greater attention to the fact that more than half of the students in Mississippi live in rural places and go to rural schools. The uniqueness of rural places in policy making, in research, often gets overlooked. And so if we can kind of create a lab for that here in Mississippi and support that work, that's one of our big goals.